would you please give me equal time when we're talking? And it was really not, and a doable request means it's okay if they say no. And I didn't quite do that. I had an edge to it. And now it's working when I ask, would you consider giving me equal time?
Because I find people often have no idea how they're coming across.
Right,
and
of
how
course.
they have no
Unlike
idea.
us who are just so tuned into how our impact on other people.
But you're right, the way you phrase it the second time is more gentle.
Yes, because it's asking them to consider now.
Yeah.
And it has to be okay if they say no. I have a friend who's so hard, who's going in for a foot operation, and she does not like it when people say no. And that doesn't help. Makes me less likely to want to do things.
Yeah. So she's using the nonviolent communication.
No.
She's just saying,
I want you to do. Why aren't you doing what I want you to do? You're so selfish. Which doesn't help.
no.
But she's very loving anyway. So I learned that's the heart of nonviolent communication. There's many other things, getting in touch with your feelings. Men are not so good at that. And getting in touch with what we need. And once we're in touch with what we feel and need, which takes time, then to make the doable request. Would you consider asking me questions about me? And I've written a few down to help you. How was your day? How's your family? Brings me to it. I'm going to have a little story for you again. So a man was going out with this really beautiful woman who happened to work for Mass here at IM. And he was real, and he knew that she was really sophisticated. She did television shows, she loved to read, she was interested in culture, and he was really very scared. Traumatized almost. So he goes to his friend and he says, Mike, this is such a high-class woman. I don't think I'll be able to talk at all. What shall I say if I have nothing to say? And his friend said, talk about food, get down to earth, family, and since she's so high-class, trying to talk about philosophy. So they go out, they go to this nice Life Alive, they're beginning to just get the food brought to them, and the man freezes. And he's afraid because he's this beautiful, interesting, intelligent, sensitive woman, and he thinks he's blown it, can't talk at all. And then he remembers what his friend said, food. So he asks her, do you like noodles? And she says, she's honest, no. He says, oh, it's going downhill, down, down, down. Now my life is going to be ruined. He thinks, oh, family, family. He asks her, do you have many brothers? And she says, many? No. And he says, ah! And I remember when his friend said, philosophy, philosophy, philosophy. And he asked her, if you had many brothers, would they like noodles? And that was philosophy. And that was how they got together. She liked that question.
I like
They
that
lived
question.
happily ever married.
That's pretty great.
Yeah. I forget what put that up. Terror, trauma. Okay, so maybe it's time to move on, yes?
Attachment styles.
Oh, you want to talk about that?
Oh, I mean, I'm just thinking.
You do, okay.
Why not, right?
It doesn't
I
fit
just,
me.
oh,
Go for it. No, go for it.
Okay, well, I found this book on the side of the road, but I just read an article on it, and this person referenced this book, and there's 3 attachment styles: anxious, avoidant, and secure.
Not me.
No, and 50% of the population are secure, feel comfortable with intimacy, and are usually warm and loving.
Not me.
Avoidant people who equate intimacy with loss of independence.
Yeah, I'm that, but I'm more than that. They don't have a room for traumatized and terrorized.
Well, they have anxious/avoidant.
No,
too.
I'm
Anxious
not,
is
no way.
they worry about their partner's ability to love them
No, I
back.
don't worry about that.
You don't?
People love me. Yeah, I love them.
Oh, well, that's
And
good.
Trauma is my middle name. I didn't tell you that. I should introduce myself and say, "Hi, my name is Michael Trauma Koran, MTK."
But it often is about the other person's
No,
attachment
not for
style.
me. No, yeah, you're better. No.
Okay.
I'm not. I haven't graduated from being terrorized myself.
Okay.
There's some person out there that's just triggering the terror.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes.
But you're doing very well. I see you as always doing very well.
You
Full
do.
of wisdom, very much so.
Don't talk to my 22 ex-girlfriends.
Okay.
And one
I'll
ex-wife.
I'll be avoidant in that.
Yeah, you can.
But
Because I finally realized after 22 relationships where I felt this terror and trauma, it's hard to believe that it might not have to do totally with them. I might have been contributing something myself. So I now finally got the message. It wasn't your fault. It was me.
right. Or just the synergy between the two.
Well, because it happened with so many of them, I can't, unless they were the same woman in disguise, which I think they were.
I think so.
Yes,
That
they
often
had
happens.
certain
You attract
things
to the
about
same. Yeah.
Certain things about them, like they were women. that was unforgivable.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, it sounds like these 3 people are really working on forming a secure relationship.
Oh, Hagar and
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Which is very nice. I guess when there is a child involved, though, you really do want to do I think I've seen a lot of people really pull it together when there's a child.
Really?
They kind of just let all that other stuff go.
Your parents, your siblings?
I'm gonna say, sadly, not my siblings.
Oh.
It's been, I think their relationships have gotten a lot harder since they've both had children, but yeah.
Your parents, they pulled it together?
My parents have pulled together for the kids.
Mine didn't.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, my mother, like Sarah, beat me all the time.
I'm sorry.
And then beat me for crying.
Ugh, I'm so sorry.
Yes, that's made it very challenging.
And very challenging for you to check in with your emotions and all that.
I didn't
stuff.
have any.
No, I don't blame you.
I retreated to my head,
Yeah.
and now I'm finally letting the emotions come out, and they're not pretty.
You know, mine aren't either. So I don't think most people's are.
Oh
They're
no, we
really,
have
really not.
you have the secure people that are just hi there.
They
I
said
love my
50%
wife.
are secure.
Yes.
Who did they survey? I wasn't surveyed. You weren't surveyed. I'm.
And when they called, I hid. I said, nobody's
No one.
in.
I didn't see anyone approach me.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone who else. Yeah, no.
I know some
But-
lovely relationships.
I do have
Lovely,
friends,
like my brother
Yeah.
and his wife.
which is
Lovely. Michelle's
very
both.
nice.
Michelle's parents, they went through divorce and they remarried, and they really
Aw.
love each other.
I love those stories. I know a few of those stories. A couple of my friends' parents
Yeah.
divorced, realized the grass wasn't green, and then they got back together.
Oh my.
It is very beautiful.
Yes, I'm not sure this lifetime, but I keep trying.
Mm.
Lucky I have women friends, and Michelle, I keep trying.
Yeah. No,
Um,
I'm very appreciative of my male friends.
Yeah.
Because I can learn a lot, and it's good to have the balance, male-female balance. And they don't glare at me ever.
Oh,
That's nice. It's a perk.
so this family got together. I love
Yeah.
read on. What happens?
All
This
right.
this is chapter 17,
Yes. When Abram was 99 years old,
which is 40. Which
divided by
is
2.
47 and a half of our age. So someone you could go out with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's the rule you You divide by 2 and then add 7.
No, just divide by 2 in the Bible.
Okay, but when they give you the healthy age range that you can date,
Yes.
say you're 60, they say divide by 2 and add 7.
Oh, so you can date someone who's
So if
37.
you're 60, you can date 37 and older.
Okay, so I'm 78. Divide by
Okay.
2, 39, add 7, 46. And Michelle's 54.
There you go.
Aha.
There you go. I like it. And I love Michelle.
Okay, good.
She's awesome. All right, when Abram was 99, the Lord appeared to him and said, I am God Almighty.
And
Oh.
now in Hebrew, see the rabbis, or even the ministers translate this. In Hebrew, it's El Shaddai,
El Shaddai.
which means power of my female breast.
That's what that means?
That's what that means.
Power of my female breast?
Yes, or divinity of my female breast.
Interesting.
And in Exodus, the book that follows this, when Moses, around the burning bush, hears from this creative power that makes the grass grow, makes us grow, the creative power says, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob never knew me by the name of the Lord or Yahweh. They only knew me by the name El Shaddai. So it could be that this creative energy is a feminine energy, coming from the earth, coming from a woman's breast, because they wanted a baby. They need that power. And the rabbis and ministers and priests had trouble with the word El Shaddai, so they translate it as the mountainous one, or the Almighty. But this is El Shaddai.
Which is right here.
So what would that mean to you if it says that Avram hears from El Shaddai? He's 47 now. And listen what El Shaddai says.
Obey me and do what is right.
What in the literal is, walk before me and be
innocent, blameless.
or whole. So how would you do just with that? If I or you felt some power coming from, there's 2 women around, Hagar and Sarai, some great creative power, like in nonviolent communication, feel the beloved divine energy coming through people. If we can feel that power through our own breast, through a female's breast, how would we respond? All of a sudden this creative energy is revealing itself to be from my wife, from Hagar. It might be loving. How would you feel if all this talk about the Lord, all of a sudden the truth is it's coming from your female breast? Might be angry they've tricked you to think it was from the sky and it's from you.
It would, I don't know, it would probably confuse me a little bit at first.
Yep.
And then I would probably feel pretty good about it, like, wow, I just need to consult with right here.
Yes, wouldn't that be great?
Because Sarai is, she's going to Abram to ask questions, but if you truly are getting the message from right here.
Wow, wouldn't that be great?
It would be
that
amazing.
That's God. People talk about God as
Yeah.
love, but it's really physical. It's not just, open your, you can feel it. I had a teacher who said, dream teacher, Michael, you do way better if you put one hand over your mouth and the other on your heart. And that's helpful. Feel the love, real physical love.
That is good.
Wow, I hope I do remember this. That's one way to find the creative energy that can guide us. What happens next? But could you do this? Walk before me and be whole? You know that feeling of whole? And what does Abram do?
He bowed face down on the ground, fell on his face.
You can't handle it.
Mm-mm.
Just like you. That's a little too much to handle.
Mm-hmm.
El Shaddai, and again, the Hebrew Bible is honest, not, oh, great to meet you. And boy, so that's where divinity is. That's where the creative energy power is. Oh my. So he falls on his face. I mean, he still has in him. Now, why would El Shaddai said, walk before me? Oh, I know why. Things I can't do. Walk before this power in you, and not just crumble like a wimp, but be whole.
And trust, self-trust.
Be secure. Be a secure relation person.
Have secure attachment style.
Yes, well, Abram didn't have it. Neither do I.
He's not in the 50%.
Not yet.
He wasn't surveyed.
No, maybe, I don't know. What happens next?
God said to him, I am
And then the word God is El Shaddai. Oh,
El
now,
Shaddai.
Oh no, now they're using another word in Hebrew. They're using Elohim. So it seems that this creative energy, you know, you could feel it in grass and trees and clouds and sky, in touching, in looking without the glance. So it has many names. Islam, they have 99 names for God. Same in Kabbalah. One of the names for the Kabbalah, which is the Jewish mystical tradition, which says we don't want to talk about God, we want to experience. And they said, all this words, God, it's too much. We should just call it without end. You know, just energy that just keeps. And one rabbi said that's 2 words too many. It's just beyond words. So, but here it's Elohim.
And so Elohim said to him, I am making my agreement, my covenant with you. I will make you the father of many, a host multitude of nations. I am changing your name from Abram, meaning exalted father, to Abraham. Sounds like father of a multitude in Hebrew.
Yeah.
Because I'm making you a father of many nations, I will give you many descendants, because cause you to be exceedingly fruitful.
You can, if you want, just read the dark if you want, but either one.
New nations will be born from you, and kings will come from you.
Wow.
And I will make an agreement between me and you and all your descendants from now on. I will be your God and the God of all your descendants. You live in the land of Canaan.
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 Think of in Canaan.
Yes. Canaan.
Yeah.
Now as a stranger. So I will be your God and the God of all your descendants. You live in the land of Canaan now as a stranger, but I will give you and your descendants all this land forever, and I will be the God of your descendants.
Wow, what do you think?
That is quite a gift. Very generous. I'll be the God of all your descendants.
Wow, that's a great response. But what about the other people living there?
I know, it sounds... He basically is saying all of Abraham's descendants will be blessed.
Yes.
But he is not talking about and new nations will be born from you. He is not talking about the current people that live there at all.
No. Although I like to think when he said it, I like to think this, nice interpretation, who knows if it's remotely true, that because he does mention who's living, well, he will mention who's living there. And the people have been very nice to Abram. You know, they helped him rescue Lot. There's no trouble at all. So I like to think that instead of Abram being a stranger, which they say, his name is going to be changed to Abraham now, he can get on with these people. That giving the land to Abram doesn't mean that other people can't also have the land. I like to think that. Because we're going to find out that since he's giving the land to Abram's seed, and we know Ishmael is Abram's seed, right? Because we're told, and we're going to find out Sarai's seed, or her name is going to change to Sarah, is Abram is probably not the father. So giving the land to Abram's seed is something we can talk about when Joe is here, but is extremely interesting. I mean, if Ishmael is Abraham's seed, which he is, maybe like now, the land belongs to both the Muslims who come from Ishmael and the Jews who come from Isaac. So that might. Now, what about in your? We've been talking about it in terms of your life. What if you were told, like Hagar, that your child? Imagine if you have a child after this. We're talking here, and all of a sudden, after nonviolent communication, you know how to talk to a man. You said, "Oh, I'd love to have a child with you, Sarah. Let's get maybe, or maybe you'd have to be like me, adopt children, like my roommate Messiah." But what would you feel and think and do if you hear this? I think you said you'd be very grateful. Anything else?
I think I would feel very protected,
Wow.
but also suspicious.
Oh, you would? Tell me more.
Just it's so much generosity. You know, I will be the God of your descendants. I will give you the land. They will have the land. So I think it's just a lot to take in and trust right away.
Right, and I don't know if you remember, that happened. This happened a couple of chapters earlier, and he said, "How do I know?" So now he's being told again. Why does God keep telling him this? Or Elohim now was also El Shaddai, and even though he couldn't walk and be whole, what's going on? We might have, this is such a hard question, we'll have 2 weeks to think about it.
Okay.
Because we won't be on Labor Day weekend. So we have 1 minute to, how would you like to say goodbye to our audience?
I'm gonna wish the audience for a secure attachment relationship.
Wow! Oh,
because
I love
again, it's this is going back to if he's secure, he's gonna question less. He's not gonna have this anxious, avoidant type response.
Oh, and he seems more secure with the spirit, even with the new. Although he did fall.
He did fall flat in his face.
That's not so secure.
No.
It's not there yet.
But he's heard this message twice.
Yes, and one once wondered why he's getting it.
Yeah.
So we have 30 seconds. What? So maybe he's walking toward a more secure relationship. Maybe.
And maybe he's relieved that Sarai and Hagar are it's working out with those two. They're back together. Everyone is right now working as a family unit.
On that happy note,
yes.
Happy family to everybody. Happy family unit.
Happy family.
See you in
Happy
2
inner
weeks.
peace.